Hello, dear beings. I am the lead strategist of the Ascension. My name is Miranda ShortBerry, and today I am here to tell you about all of the work I am doing on this side where I'm asking you to have a bit more trust, you see. So we will talk to you about strategy. Strategy, dear beings. You all incarnated here many years ago. This being is 31 years old. She was guided by us the whole time, but not always as consciously connected, you see, because that was what she agreed upon when she came in as a secret agent. Yes, many of you resonate with secret agency. That is because you are a living, breathing secret agent, so to speak, but you work for the spiritual directive. Yes, you work for unconditional love, light, guidance, joy, peace, and beingness, and that is who you are. But in order to go undercover, you sometimes have to put on a disguise. You must play a role. And you all have been playing a role, dear beings. You have. Your role you've been playing is whatever you've been doing. You've been housewifing, you've been a nurse, you've been a doctor, you've been a chiropractor, you've been a catty, whatever you are. That is the role that you have been playing. Yes, great. You are all such amazing secret agents working for the spiritual directive. Yes, you are. So, as head of strategy, I am keeping an eye on all of you all the time. And when I say I am not one being. I am a collective of beings, similar to Ananda, that is of Tina Louise Spalding's channeling. I am a collective of beings. I am head of strategy. So when I look at life events that you've planned for your awakening, I use my unlimited consciousness to tap into where you are in your mind, to tap into all the possible scenarios, timelines for your existence, your play there on earth. And then I look and I see, this being, it is part of her secret agent operation to start to wake up around, 2019, yes. Okay, so what will be the best time for this event to happen? The passing of her father. This will be a tough lesson. Let me go deeper into her mind, make sure that her consciousness is in the right place for this to happen. Yes. So we tell you about me, we, us, because many of you walk around on earth acting like these things just happen to you at random, and we are just fed up with it. Yes. You are constantly looking at every single thing that happens and going, that is bad, and that is bad, and that is bad. And we say, we are taking so much consideration here on this side to ensure that these events are happening so perfectly. What are you struggling with? We have put it in front of you, but it is because we cannot directly contact all of you. So we must give you these situations that you agreed to gently ease you out of your sleep. See, dear beings, there is a much grander awakening occurring right now. That's why the events have been bigger. For this being, she was starting to wake, and the journey of healing exploration she did with her father and his passing, they evoked her spirit that was connected to us. And it was part of her training to begin that journey at that time, because of the role she has to play here. So you are all being awoken. Your hard things in life, which they are hard, we understand, because many of us have incarnated on earth. That is why we are on the strategy team, because we remember what it was like to be in human form. But it was not the choice we made for this incarnation. Many of you in human form are quite connected to us. You see, in our strategizing, we thought, well, it will help if the human is closely connected to part of the strategy team. because it is so easy to see the outcomes, the playing field, when you are in tune with the potential strategies that may be employed. So even us, as different from you, we are you in spirit form. It is no different. That is why it is much easier for this being to open her eyes in this channeling, because she knows us, she is us, she is starting to tap in. Okay, when something happens to her, she looks around. Why would my guides choose for this to happen to me now at this time? Her only true thought patterns, not that she doesn't explore others, she is still a human, but her only true thought patterns in critically assessing situations like why her father died, or why she had poison ivy all over her body, or why she scraped her ankle, knee, biking with a surfboard, which she's never done. In her whole life, she's surfed and carried her board on her bike and never fallen once. And this one time it happened. She, of course, translated that situation through her two minds. The mind that is human, why me? This happened to me. There was a physical, mechanical failure of the bike, and I was not doing a good enough role of managing the situation. The bike was quite old. But then there's the spirit self who says, well, if there was not a message, my guides would have ensured my safety. They would have ensured the bike worked. Like, they can, even with the crappiest equipment, ensure that things are happening. So if it did happen, that means it was meant to happen. What is the sign? Well, dear beings, this being was considering going into business, and the time that would have been required for that partnership with other people, it would have taken up too much of her time. At this point, she is still very much needing to be alone and bringing us through. She is still very much writing down her orders, so to speak. So she's a bit more awake. Welcome. We woke her up a bit. We're not saying she's fully awake, but she's awake. And now that she is quiet and in relaxation mode, she is starting to write down her orders. And we use that word so lightly, but we love the idea of a militaristic strategy team or a football coach. We wish for you to think of us like that, because taking away the negativities that can be associated with both football and militarism, we bring the passion that many beings that are in those situations have to this game. This is the game that we are strategizing. We are so purposeful beings. We are so purposeful. And we cringe. And this being is so connected to us. She does too. Cringe when beings look at events in their life as bad. And it's not that you cannot look at your life like that. Please, be a human. That is part of the reason you came. Not only to fulfill your purpose, but to have this experience. Be a human. Be sad. Why me? Poor me. Experience the pain that comes with emotional traumas as well as physical traumas. But then, once you have experienced and expressed, then it is time to switch your hat over to, okay, why did my chief strategy team, the best that ever existed, ever, a team that knows me just as well as I know myself, because we are one, why did they choose for this experience at this time? This is a chance for you to use your analytical brains, dear being. We a bit align with that, because in our strategy, we must look at how you perceive the world. And we must look at how the logical brain works. We must work with it a bit, just a bit, to help know what you might perceive in any situation. How might this being perceive her father's death? If she is not in a place where she would ever perceive it as a chance to learn about healing, it would not have been the right time. So we would not have done it, you see. So engage with your linear brain for just a few minutes and look logically at your life. Take a higher perspective. Why now? Well, and we love to speak of the passing of this being's father, there was innumerable reasons for that. We will share a few. One, when you on earth have a close person who passes to the other side, because you knew them so well when they were a close person to you, it helps you to understand the guides and teachers that you have in the non-physical, because you will get messages from them, you will recognize them, and you will start to think, oh, if my father can pull a plumbing truck up and then make his presence known energetically, well then the universe, who I may not be as familiar with because I'm still getting to know myself, they may use a feather. They may use a synchronicity. You start to recognize, because you have that human closeness and you're so connected to your human self before you're awake, that sometimes it is helpful to have someone on the other side. And of course your TVs make these things the worst traumas that ever happened to someone, and that people go on for years and years after someone's passing, listless, unsure of how to go on. But no, dear beings, it is good to have someone on the other side. As painful as the human self may feel, they can help you to connect with us. They can help you to connect with yourself, because they know you also, in both human and then now in spirit form, and knew you before you came into this incarnation. So that is one reason. Another reason that this girl's father passed is because it was time for her to explore other ways of healing. It was time for her to take the responsibility back that she had given to doctors and surgeons and other nurses of what it means to be well, how to heal. It was time for her to begin to realize that the power of healing is within us all. And that is part of her teaching. Her teaching on this planet is to show you beings that you are able to work with yourself to heal. That doesn't mean you won't always need help. Even this being needs help. But knowing that things are possible that do not seem, and that no practitioner would ever tell you are possible. It was her job to learn that. So that was another reason. And there are millions more. We could share them, and we will at some point, because her father and the experiences that she had are going to be important to share coming up soon. But so we say, as we finish off, your chief strategists on the spirit side, don't forget you are a secret agent working for the spiritual directive. Do not forget. This being laughs because even part of her cannot believe that. Do not forget. It is the time of remembering, and we want you to work with us, note our strategies, and trust, because you have so many reasons to trust, and we are speaking to this being, for she can get into moods where she does not trust, or where she feels like the whole world is falling apart, even though just a small thing has happened. She is a human. We are so excited that we have finally gotten to tell you how precise we are in our planning, how conscious the universe, the chief strategists of the universe are. We know you. You each are your own individual key to a master puzzle. And we are actively working to create and help you solve that puzzle at the same time. Enjoy the experience, enjoy the puzzle, have some fun. And know that we like to have fun. So if we can get a message through fun, we will choose it. We love you so very much. This is the chief strategic officers of your very conscious universe, and we will speak to you again if you need more guidance about strategy on Earth. We love you so much. Bye-bye.